Good day, everyone, and thanks for learning with me. And we crossed around half of the way to complete our walkthrough. So, when I have already said walkthrough will give you a step-by-step procedure to create your Fiori application. Other than that, this will be easier. Like like if you're learning, you'll learn from kgs to and it will be evolving, right? So like kind of that walkthrough give you a evolved structure of UI5 Fiori. So that's why we are going with walkthrough. And today we have completed till icons. We have also done with all of I think you'll be familiar with this with me. And we are now at aggregation binding. It is one of the binding in our UI5 Fiori. We have already given a separate video, dedicated video for types of binding and JSON binding, everything. And this is we are going to learn about aggregation binding. So we can say the theoretical part here describes that establish good structure of our app. It's time to add some files. So as of now, within the 18 steps we have got a good structure of our application. So now we are going to start by data binding because we have already in a JSON format, right? With that, we are going to do some data binding. Okay. So we'll just start with our aggregation binding in our application. We'll just run UI5 serve. So we can get where we are. Okay, just for blushing, we can get where we are. Okay, let us wait for this output page. Okay, fine. Let it be loaded. So what it is aggregation binding? Do you have any idea of this? Because there is no any expansion over here. So you could see a list is loaded, right? It is a heading with invoice, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 JSON list, and it is so simple. A list of invoice, a list or a group of thing which will be loaded over in our application. If you use that will be your aggregation binding. Okay, when you have a list, when you have a table or a group of elements or a control property, or you need to bind something at that point of time, you will be using this aggregation binding. Okay. So we will directly we will jump into our live coding. So this is what we have did in our last class. We have called the fragment and fragment callback, and this is a message chose, and we have used JSON binding over here. So everything is done at this point. So we will start with the aggregation binding, right? Okay, fine. So I'm jumping into my code. Okay, okay. So here we are going to create some sort of a file which is called as data. Okay, and we'll name that file as invoice. So it will be very simple. Oh, while in practicing, you'll get what it is. Okay. So within the web app, you are going to create a file. Okay, within the web app, you can create a file, new file, and I'm going to name that as invoices.json. Okay, just give enter over here. And else you can also directly, if you have any GitHub data, if you have a real-time data which is in the GitHub or some else, you can also take that data over there. That will be helpful for you. And for this invoices data, I'm going to fetch the exact data which is used in this example. So I'm going to just copy this and paste over this. I think we would be familiar how to write a JSON code, right? Just you can call this primary entity set, and within that there are sub entities, product name, quantity, and everything, price, structure, tax, and pay. So what we are going to do is we're going to give reference for this data in our manifest. Okay, manifest or JSON. This will be our um first point of connecting our data JSON data file with our application. Okay, coming to manifest or JSON under the SAP UI5 section. Where is it? Under the SAP IFS section, under the models, we have I18N. We are just going to add another. Okay. We'll give at invoice. Okay, within that invoice, we are going to create a set. Okay, we're going to give a set, and within that, I'm going to give type. Okay, SAP dot UI. Sorry, it's dot SAP dot UI dot model dot JSON dot. We'll fetch that from a JSON model. Okay, JSON model. So this is the folder structure, and we will go with the URI. So URI is, so this data, this type is the location, and URI will be your path, okay, name or file of the our data file. Invoices give the exact data, invoices.json, all right, invoices.json. And yeah, we can go ahead and we can create an invoice list view, and then you're going to reuse or reference it in our app specific view. So let's go ahead. Okay, I think it's done. Mm, yes, invoice. Okay, everything is fine. We'll get into our view, right? Okay, we get into our view. Within the view, we are going to get in. We are going to what we'll do, as we learned nested. We have used nested views. We are going to go with that flow. It is a view, and I'm going to name as invoice list dot view dot XML. Fine. Okay, that's it. We have done, and we'll start with the architecture definition, MVC, colon, it will be view, okay. Within that, XMLNS equal to SAP.m, and within that, we declared a namespace, and we are going to declare another namespace, and we're going to assign that as XMLNS MVC. We will equalize that dot SAP dot UI dot core dot MVC. Okay, so we'll close this. XMLNS, everything's fine, right? We're going to close this, and we'll close this off MVC colon view, right? Okay. Okay, that's done. And within our view, we are going to display a list. Okay, so we'll start with list, a list property, and we are going to add a property called header text. Okay, header text, and within that we are going to call fetch that from our I18 file. That will be best practice, and that will be easier for you. Okay, I18, and within that the name list of the list will be fetch from title. Okay, title. Okay, so we'll just, what we'll do for error, without error purpose, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to I18 file, and within that we'll just create another phase called invoice list. Okay, and we'll declare this invoice list title to invoices. Okay, this is how we have declared. And again, jumping into my invoice list view dot XML. So here, after giving the title, we are going to fetch our class for display purpose. We are going to use SAP UI responsive. Okay, response margin. Okay, for view purpose, for display purpose, we have added, which is which will enhance your application, and followed by that width will be auto width. Okay, this will be now coming to aggregation binding part. So I'm going to start that with items, and I'm going to equalize that Depending on what control you're using, this particular control uses items. So again, read your documentations, but item are going to be in the from our model, okay, and we're going to take the reference from our model. So what we are going to do, we are going to take reference from the model, and the list name, the data name, this the data name starts from invoice. We can fetch that from invoices, okay. That's doing so what this invoice model which is available here, you could see this invoice model which will be available in our manifest.json. You could see your invoice model is available, and we are going to fetch that model from the data which we have mentioned, that the data is called as invoices, okay. This is how the flow is going to be. And so you could see invoice is going to fit, invoice is from manifest, and that is going to fit, and these will be aggregated, because by using this aggregation you can bind all these data in a list form. So while you are handling n numbers of data, you can go with this binding, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just close off this list first, okay. List first, okay. I'm just going to close up this and list and close this. Oh, oops, here it is closed, right? Now it will be fine. So following by, I'm going to add items in my list. Add items, okay. Oops. I'll close off this, and within item we are going to add object list item, okay. So this to display in the format, and for that object list item I'm going to add a title, okay. Title, and within that title we are going to fetch that title from same and IIT or in a JSON file, okay. From invoice, we are going to fetch quantity first, okay. Quantity, okay. We're going to fetch quantity, and that should be in the format. It should be in the format. It should be multiplied with, okay. It should be multiplied with. Oh, is there any okay? It should be multiplied with. The display should be like this. What I'm expecting, invoice. That should be fetched the product name from my file, okay. Product name. So we want to display the item section, object listed item, section by section, and the title, and it is going to be a combination of invoice quantity and invoice product name, okay. This is a combination we want to fetch from our data, okay. This makes sense when you're using this aggregation binding. So now we have this, we'll try we'll first add this view dot file in our main view, okay. Main view, here what we are going to do, we are going to just copy paste this, okay. MV6 view. Okay, within that, and the view name will be SAP dot UI dot demo dot walkthrough. I think you are familiar with the name. The name was invoice list, right? Okay. So this is how we are connecting all the nested view with our main view, right? Okay, this is how the flows. Okay, what we are going to test is we are going to refresh our application over here. So we don't get any errors. I'm expecting some sort of or we don't get any like any output. So there is some error over here where invoice cannot add text in That is something in XML, right? Invoice. Um, okay. MVC, everything is fine over here. So let us check. Cannot add text notes is direct child of aggregation, flooring, testing, and serving issue text note. Okay. Okay. We are getting some sort of XML component is not being loaded over here. So let's just try this. I think that is we can't add this as a child. There is still some sort of error in the view. You could see error at the line of 3, 1 to 3. Is it what okay, okay. So we have missed the structure over here. Fetching the structure, we'll just try on refresh. Let it be loaded and we'll see like we are done with this or not. It may take time. Okay. We'll just wait. Don't worry if you're getting any errors because it may as we are not computer made things like to give exact things. So okay, now we are fetching our room, but data is not fetching out. So there is some XML is fine. We need to get in manifest. So we'll check the invoice I invoice. There you go. Invoices, right? Silly mistakes may make us sometimes hard to find our errors. I think this will be fine now. So apologies for that simple mistakes. So I think we are good to go now. We'll just wait for a minute to get our output. Yeah, there you go. We got. I'll show in the full screen. See, we got your output here. All the details were fetched out, and as per the combination you have asked, quantity into product name, we are fetched out, and the layout will see. You can see the layout as the layout is in the list form, so you no need to worry. So this will be easier part. Okay. So I think I'm done with the aggregation mending. In the next class, we'll see some sort of data types to handle with. Okay. Thank you.